Excited now to welcome Erol Morkoc, a spokesman for Republicans overseas, along with Greg Swenson-Claus. Erol, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Drive. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
I bet you're doing well. You join us at the point, and we're looking at these pictures now. Everybody is out, and we are just waiting for Donald Trump. Explain in your words. Look at the smile on your face. There he is. The big man is walking towards the Rotunda in a purple tie. Donald Trump on his own, about to be inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States. Some comeback, Erol, with respect.
Oh, yeah. Big comeback for Donald Trump, a big comeback for America, and I'll say a big comeback for every one of the men and women in this country who, for the last 8 to 10 years, were castigated, spit on, called every single dirty word in the book. I'm not going to mention them now going forward. And nobody broke the faith. Nobody gave up. Nobody listened to the lies they told us about what we saw with our own eyes. And now here is the redemption arc. The rise, the fall, the redemption. It's the Donald Trump story. It's the American success story. And now we have a chance. We have galvanized the entire country behind us. We are the party of the working class. We are the party of the everyday American. Donald Trump has a mandate from the Senate, from the House, from the the majority of the popular vote in the Supreme Court, obviously, is the executive branch. And now it's an amazing time for us to celebrate this and then get to work fulfilling those promises we made to Americans, whether it be no tax on tips, ending foreign wars, using tariffs, deportations. Everything is going to be a day one, hit the ground running. There is not 8 years here. There is no re-campaigning that we need to do 2 years in. We have 4 years of driven, focused, make America great again ideology. And I'm so proud to be here. And I'm so proud to have been through this fight with the president, playing a small role. And I think every American feels the same way. I know Greg, our friend of the show, is in DC right now. I'm pretty jealous. He's probably in the room right there. And so maybe one day I'll get in.
Just to give commentary, this is the moment in the Rotunda when Donald Trump, the 47th President of the United States, is about to come out to be inaugurated. The Honourable President, the House economic leaders, Democratic leader and the Senate majority is coming out. It's an extraordinary moment, actually, and it's very... I mean, we're famous in the United Kingdom for pageantry, but this is something else. Do you think it loses something being inside rather than out, Erol?
Actually, I don't. I think that, everything, like the world is a stage, right? And set design is a huge part of presentation. And being able to manage these factors and putting it into a place, as on your last segment you had talked about, this is where they had declared our supporters insurrectionists and all of these things. And to see everybody back in that room... Can
I just say I'm jumping in for a reason? President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have just come out to wide applause. She still looks hacked off with life. She doesn't look very happy at all, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest bit. Joe Biden's looking... I think he looks relieved, Erol. Do you know what I mean?
Oh. He looks thrilled. I mean, this man has gone through the gauntlet in his own way. And at the very end, after getting 15, 16 million votes, winning the primary, he was effectively like soft cooed by his own party and thrown to the side. And so the fact that he came in and in his mind, he made a sacrifice for this country. He thought that he was ending something very awful, which is our movement. In the end, he did not achieve that.
Do you know why I think he's smiling? I think he's smiling because to his grave he'll be able to say, and I quote, "I beat him, you got rid of me, and she didn't, so you can do one. I'm going to sit at the beach." We are standing by for Donald Trump. There's all sorts of people coming out. This inauguration, am I right in saying, and I will keep jumping in on you, Erol, that the Vice President J.D. Vance will be sworn in first? Is that right?
Yes, I believe that is correct. I'm a little bit too excited today to be 100% clear on my.
Learn your lines, man. Learn your lines. What's wrong with you? Come on.
I know. I do believe he's first. And it's a great moment actually for the millennials. This is our first millennial candidate. So I'm a millennial.
J.D. Vance, Vice President-elect, is walking out now, shaking everybody by the hands. Joe Biden ignored Kamala Harris, going to stand next to his wife. And does the president come out before he's inaugurated as well, J.D. Vance? Do you know that? Does anybody know that around here?
Yeah, he will be announced, and then he should come out based on the procedure that I've seen before. However, perhaps Donald Trump rewrote the procedures for himself.
Yes. I mean, it is extraordinary. J.D. Vance smiling broadly, his wife looking very proud, all of the Democratic side looking completely hacked off with life, all of Donald Trump's side, all in red ties, of course, blue suits, white shirts. He, of course, isn't. He's in a purple one. Everybody waiting for the main man now. You're obviously happy. There's many people, though, in America who didn't vote for Trump. There's many people across the world who think this is the worst day for democracy. Very briefly, explain why you disagree with that.
Well, if it's the worst day for democracy, why did a democratic process happen? How did somebody get elected, then be removed from power in a fair election, and then win back? This is how democracy works. It's push and pull. And to people who didn't vote for us, I'll say this. 8 out of the 10 richest counties, they voted Democrat. The majority of billionaires voted Democrat. Democrats outraised us 2-1. We're the party of the working class. We're here to deliver our promises to working people, and we're going to stop these foreign wars. That's going to bring money back.
Errol, we're gonna.
Here we go.
Errol, we're gonna cross. I think we're almost there. I've never known. This is honestly, this is longer than queuing for the bathroom in my house with all the kids. We want to cross.
Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, that's right. We'll cross when Donald Trump comes out. There's a sergeant in arms, there's a Senate majority, there's a congressional committee. Good Lord, there's loads of them. Very soon he will come out, the main man. I wonder what he's doing. Checking his phone, playing Angry Birds. What do you think he's doing?
I'm sure he's getting a few last truths on there, perhaps pumping a few crypto coins. He can't do it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I reckon he's tweeting, just about to walk out and take over the world. Do one, Biden, I'm in charge. Something like that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the man is a one-man, one-line factory. He makes historical moments on his phone all the time, so probably that's what he's up to. Honestly, I think he's taking a deep breath and just taking it all in. He's been through the gauntlet. He's had lawfare against him, assassinations attempts against him, treacherous.
Here we go. Hold on a second, Errol. It says, and now the man whose life has changed today, the president-elect, who will assume. Should we go live to this? Let's just go live, Errol, please, if we can.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump.
Donald Trump walking out to tremendous applause, tried to kiss his wife and couldn't get under a hat. Shaking warmly Joe Biden's hand, his son has gone to J.D. Vance. The only man not in a red tie, interesting, in purple, looks very calm, saying thank you, smiling, looking across at the Democrats and going, ha, beat you. No, he's not saying that at all. He looks a much calmer proposition than the man who, as we talked in 2017, was almost like a Washington outsider. He's done it. He lost. Lowest point was run out of Washington, and whatever you make of the politics of Donald Trump, it is some political comeback. We're waiting for the inauguration of both J.D. Vance and him. Melania, just behind him, Barron Trump as well, if you're watching on YouTube, other dignitaries from across the world, but of course not Keir Starmer. He wasn't invited. We've just heard, actually, if you're just tuning in, we had an exclusive from Harry Cole that Nigel Farage is not in the Rotunda, but Boris Johnson is. Boris Johnson was also at the religious ceremony at the church. Everybody's taking their seat now. Here we go. He looks very calm, Trump. Talking to J.D. Vance. Errol, can I thank you for now? We might well come back to you. Erol Morkoc, Republican overseas. Errol, thank you very much indeed. 4:45. Your thoughts, if you're listening to this, people, whatever you think. Are you pro-Trump, anti-Trump? Do you think it's what we need? Do you think it's what the world doesn't need? 0344 499 1000. We'll obviously take the inauguration ceremony and we'll take Donald Trump's speech. Just go live.
Chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.